Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do an eyebrow tutorial using all of our eyebrow products. So I have the pomade, the eyebrow liner pencil, the brow design mascara, and we do also have a mono brow powder. I do not own that, but I do like to use the darkest shade in the Vice Brown eyeshadow trio sometimes to fill in my brows. So that's what I'm using today. So I just start off by brushing through my brows, and I'm going to start with the pencil. And I usually start on the bottom of my brow, right where my arch should be, and start forming more out to the tail of my brow. And I just like to start with that because that's where I want the most pigment and the most fullness. And then I start on the top where my arch should be and start coming back towards the bottom on the tail. This eyebrow pencil is more like a wax kind of texture, which sounds bad, but it's not. I really like it. It helps keep your hairs in place, so you don't have to worry about them going anywhere throughout the day. And I just like to go back and forth with brushing it because that helps distribute the product if it starts to clump up in any of your hairs. And then of course I just start with that bottom line. I start going from the front and meet it towards the arch, which in my case I have to create a line there, as you see here. And then I just outline my brows on the top. It's kind of that simple. I just basically outline them and then fill them in from there, and I just do a lot of that with going back and forth with doing that and brushing them to distribute the product. And this is the after, and of course you can see what they look like before on the other side. And then I don't do this every day, y'all. This is actually the first time I've done this in a very long time. But if you want to clean them up, make them a little bit more crisp, I like to use the full coverage concealer. And I would even use a smaller brush than this if you can. I just couldn't find one at the time. But just take the smallest amount and go right along the edge of your brow just to clean them up. And I just like to blend that downward so it kind of distributes and makes it look nice and crisp and clean. And it helps if you make any mistakes. This helps clean it up without feeling like you have to completely take your brow off and redo it. This does take practice. I also used a really light shade during this tutorial. I would recommend using a shade that is closer to your natural skin tone. This is okay for under the brow if you want to highlight the brow, but if you don't want it to stand out that much, I would definitely make sure that you're using a concealer shade that's closer to your natural skin tone. And this is what it looks like with the brow pencil. You can tell the big difference between one brow to the other, but I think it still looks very natural. And so on the other brow, I'm going in with the pomade. I'm also using our angled eyeliner brush from our Pro brush set. This is the way I currently do my brows. I like the pomade a lot, but I don't know, after I did the tutorial, I really enjoy the pencil, so I may start using the pencil again. But I do the same process as I did on the other. I always start with the tail of the brow, start on the bottom, and just bring it out towards the tail. Then I start at the top where I want my arch to be, fill it in, and just outline. And again, just going back and forth. Same process. This, what I love about this pomade is it does dry down. So once you get it where you need it, it doesn't go anywhere, which I love. So it doesn't smudge either. And again, just taking that full coverage concealer to clean it up. I just want to repeat, you guys, that this is not something that you have to do every single day. This is just more for, I recommend doing this if you're just learning how to fill in your brows and you make some mistakes and you need to clean them up. This is a great way to do it so that you just could start seeing the shape and feel like, you know, you're getting somewhere, and it just takes time. Also, the techniques that I use on my brows may be totally different for you. This is just what works for me, and obviously everybody's brow shape and brow hairs and all of that are totally different, so I don't really feel like I have to fill in a whole lot, but some of you may need to fill in more. So this is just one of those things that just a few tips and tricks here and there that I think you could apply, but again, everybody's going to be different. But this is good to do too if you're wanting to do a really glam look and you want to clean up around your brows. And I also do this around my lips sometimes too if I do dramatic lips with lip liner and whatnot. And of course, this is the after using the pomade. So we have the pencil on my left side and the pomade on the right side. You can kind of see the difference. And I just wanted to show you guys, I was using a makeup remover wipe and taking off the brow so we could use the powder. And I was just going back over it with my foundation brush. I'm just using the darkest shade in the Vice of Brown eyeshadow trio. This shade is a little warm for my brows, but it is a nice alternative if you're just wanting something quick and easy. Usually brow shades are more neutral or more on the cool side depending on what color your hair is. And you'll kind of see that difference here in a minute when I'm done. But I do not own a mono brow powder. I need to get one. But we also have that, I believe, in 3 different shades if you're more of a powder person. I do like powder as well, but as you can see, I'm covered on all the other brow products, so I haven't really needed it. Now this is a product, typically if I fill in my brows with powder, I don't always set them with a mascara or anything like that. I usually don't have an issue with it going anywhere, but if you're the type of person that touches your face a lot, that type of thing, I would definitely set something over it, like a clear brow gel or one of these, we also have a clear mascara or a tinted mascara, but that will also give you more coverage as well, and I'm going to use that here soon. But as you can see, it was the same process, the same way. I normally fill in my brows just with a powder. And I'm just going in to quickly clean up a little bit. And as you can see, I used the powder on the left side and the pomade on the right. And that's a good way of showing that powder was a little bit warmer than the other shades. And then again, I was just taking off my brow and cleaning it back up. And I just wanted to show this quickly that I was using the same powder from that Vice Brown palette to fill in this brow really quick so that I could show you guys how to use the brow mascara. The brow mascara, you can definitely use it by itself. Some days I just toss that on really quickly, but it is kind of tricky to use if you're not used to filling in your brows. It can be kind of messy. I don't have a ton of brows. Now if you have really thick brows, that's probably all you need, and that would be great, especially if you like having the fluffy brow, which I try to do sometimes. I don't always pull it off, but the brow mascara is great for getting those hairs to stay in place, especially if you use a powder. And here we go with the brow mascara. This is shade 2, Rich Brown. And also the shade in the pomade, if I didn't mention before, is shade 2. So I just go in and use it just like you would on your eyelashes, and just, you can use it to fill it in at any sparse places, or you can just kind of use it to brush your hairs into place so they're not flying all over the place and getting messy. But it does, if you can tell from this eyebrow to the other, it does give you more coverage, so you just got to keep that in mind. And as you can see, this is the finished look using the brow powder and the mascara. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.